हेलो यूट्यूब। सो गाइस, कैसे हो सारे जने। आपका स्वागत है मिक्सर गेमिंग चैनल पे वंस अगेन। एंड हम आज हिटमैन 3 का पार्ट 2 गेम प्ले करने वाले हैं। सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी टाइम, कोई टाइम नहीं वेस्ट करते, स्टोरी के अंदर सीधा डाइव इन करते हैं। हाँ, सो स्टोरी गेम्स के अंदर फील ही ऐसी आती है बंदे को यार, जब तक डाइव इन ना करे तब तक मज़ा नहीं आता। सो हमने लास्ट जो करा था, गेम प्ले पार्ट 1 करा था। एंड आज हम खेलने वाले हैं पार्ट 2 इसका। सो वेस्ट नहीं करते, लेट्स जंप इनटू द गेम प्ले। अच्छा, हमने ये देख लिया था। अच्छा, ये देखना है द मैन बिहाइंड द कर्टन्स। हमने लास्ट स्टोरी एंड करी थी वहां पर, अब उसके बाद का सीन ये है।
If that's your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers. Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back. If the ICA knows what you did,
She'll make it right. She always does.
we have a fix on Carlisle. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Miss Burnwood,
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Providence can be an agent of change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
सो बेसिकली प्रोविडेंस अब चाहता है एजेंसी को ओवरटेक करना। 47 और उसका ब्रदर नहीं चाहता कि ये किसी भी तरीके से इसको ओवरटेक करा जाए। और इसमें मिसेस बर्नवर्ड तो अभी नहीं है, बट आगे देखते हैं स्टोरी कैसे होती है। डेथ इन द फैमिली, सो हमने ये मिशन करना है अब। तो डेथ इन द फैमिली का हमने एलेक्सा कालेसस, ओके, हमने इसको मारना है। ठीक है, ये हमारी टारगेट है। लेट्स सी इसका क्या ब्रीफ है, पढ़ते हैं जरा। एंड ऑफ द लाइन।
She came home.
Carlisle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant, information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग मिशन होने वाला है राजा। सो स्टे ट्यून टू द चैनल, ज़रूर देखना इस वीडियो को पूरे एंड तक, और एंड पे देखने के बाद अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो ही लाइक करना, एंड चैनल को प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करना, और बेल आइकन को ज़रूर जाते हुए दबाना, क्योंकि उसी से आपको नोटिफिकेशन आएगी मेरे चैनल की आगे। सो इसके अंदर हम इसमें इसको मारना है इंटेल। ओके, ये हम बाद में पढ़ लेंगे। अच्छा, फाइंड केस फाइल्स। Alexa Carlos has compiled a case file on the Arthur Edward. Okay, हमने Arthur, ठीक है। You need to find it. Okay, तो बेसिकली हमने प्लान करना सारा कुछ। तो ये प्लानिंग का कैसे है? मेन रोड से होते हुए जाएंगे हम। ये मेरे को काफी अच्छे लगते हैं ये वाले, थोड़े इलीट सा लुक देते हैं। या सो प्रोफेशनल पे खेल रहे हैं हम, कैजुअल पे नहीं खेल रहे, मास्टर डिफिकल्टी पे नहीं खेल रहे। मास्टर डिफिकल्टी पे हम बाद में खेलेंगे, पहले हम खेलेंगे इसके ऊपर प्रोफेशनल पे। सारे मिशन सारे कंप्लीट करेंगे, सारी चीजें अनलॉक करेंगे, एंड उसके बाद मास्टर डिफिकल्टी करेंगे इसकी। बट मास्टर डिफिकल्टी मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम करूंगा, सो मेक श्योर यू सब्सक्राइब द चैनल। थैंक यू गाइस, एंड वेस्ट करते हुए बिना टाइम हम करते हैं प्ले। रिकॉर्डिंग्स हो रही है, यस रिकॉर्डिंग प्रॉपर हो रही है। से
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her three adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Dartmoor, England. Find the case files.
This is a private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait. Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
Oh, sure भाई, follow the private investigator. Okay. यहाँ से vault करना है। Trespassing तो पहले ही शुरू हो गया trespassing। अच्छा, हम आगे जाएंगे तो ट्रेस, अच्छा हमने छुप छुप के जाना है यहाँ से। ओह, फॉलो द प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टिगेटर। ये हम स्टोरी मिशन के साथ साथ कर रहे हैं, हमें यहाँ सारे जने जानते हैं, तो आई थिंक शायद हमें इसे मार के इसकी आउटफिट लेनी है।
Mr. Whitmer, assured you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Oh,
If you follow me.
I think हमें फिर से यहाँ से जंप करनी
I
पड़ेगी.
know I oughtn't
Yep.
say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen a place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all.
यार इसको कैसे मारा जाए, अंदर कैसे घुसा जाए? ओह, सिक्योरिटी है तो बहुत तगड़ी टाइट सिक्योरिटी है.
By the way, I told Kate about this text.
What did she say?
Well, I thought she'd be mad at me, but she just thanked me that she understood the position I was in. We had a really good talk about it.
Oh, what did I tell you? She's a sensible woman. And that stuff from your ex was like manipulation 101.
I know. I guess I thought she was going to read into them and freak out. Then, but then provoke her.
Shit, man. Caroline really did a number on you.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Poor thing.
Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, all too much.
Don't worry, I'm sure
Yeah,
everything
God,
will
इधर आ
settle
रहा है.
down soon.
सुन लिया उसने. बहुत ही बढ़िया.
517. Moving in to investigate.
इसे हम स्ट्रैंगल करेंगे.
Perfect.
भाई हमें सिक्योरिटी तो बनना पड़ेगा. बिना उसके तो कर ही नहीं सकते किसी भी हालत में. इसको डिस्पोज ऑफ कहाँ करें बॉडी को? यहीं कर दे. यहीं कर देते हैं. अबे ड्रॉप नहीं करी इसने बॉडी. हाँ कर दी. भाई ये हम रखते हैं इधर. कॉइन रखते हैं इन केस हमें जरूरत पड़े कॉइन की बाद में. आई थिंक हम इधर अब शायद जा सकते हैं. भाई ये जानता है मेरे को.
You're not coming through here, mate.
ओके हम अंदर अभी भी नहीं जा सकते. ओके छुप के जाना पड़ेगा हमें.
Maybe start in the city. If you'll follow me this way.
I wouldn't know, I'm afraid. If that is all, sir, please do come and find me when you feel ready to inspect the crime scene.
Just one question. Is that burned leather unusual?
यार ये मैं पहले यहाँ से ये फेंकूं. तो घुस जा.
And stay.
किसी को नहीं पता चला. Disguise yourself as a private ins. Oh, चलो जी सेव करो गेम. गेम सेव करो. यस.
was that noise? Yes, you are the man.
If you're dressed like a Detective 47, you might as well act the detective. I suggest you go talk to the butler.
अब हम सेव कर सकते हैं गेम को आराम से।
Bad news, I'm afraid. We don't have any.
No power, no force.
Oh, Madam Carlyle will be furious. She expects the family photos to be done any moment now.
भाई कोई नहीं पहचान रहा मैं। Talk to the butler.
Mr. Whitmer, are you ready to inspect the crime scene now?
I am.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
क्या बात है? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Follow Mr. Fenris.
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear
All
with
right
them
there.
if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
Investigate the Zachary's
A
bedroom.
locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plan. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body? B47.
throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
My lost button. The one you couldn't find at the graveyard.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here is the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47.
Alexa is convinced and he was murdered. Okay. Georgie Carla is the oldest child of the Alexis Carla. Georgie is suspected of the murder of the. Oh. अच्छा हमें सबसे पता करना है भाई बटलर से भी करना है बटलर तो क्वेश्चन है ऑलरेडी ओके
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
So, how long have you been working here?
About a month now.
You're American. What on earth are you doing in this shithole? A girl like you belongs in clubs in London. I bet you're a great dancer.
I don't like dancing.
What about restaurants then? You like food? I know some great places. You should come visit. I'll take you somewhere really nice. Spend a few bucks. A girl like you deserves that.
I don't know.
Patrick Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit.
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
Simon George Patrick is suspected in the murder case. Patrick claims that he was with a staff member called Rosie at the time of Zachary's death.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexia used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
He says he found Zachary creepy as hell and to have no ambitions, and adds the deceased once had a promising career but gave it up to live in this isolation. भाई साहब creep मानता था उसे बताओ.
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have.
अच्छा वो
Or
अपने आप से
perhaps
बात
Mr.
करता था.
Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
ओके भाई ये क्वेश्चन हो चुका है, इससे फर्दर क्वेश्चन हम नहीं कर सकते. अब कौन है बाथरूम के अंदर? क्या है? कुछ नहीं है बाथरूम.
Patrick talking to Madame Carlisle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Oh, of course.
Token for the vegan according to the bodyguard Rebecca. Token for the oh. फ्यूसल तो नहीं है, चाहिए हमें किससे और बात करनी है. अभी हमें बात करनी है, लेट्स सी हमें किस किस से क्वेश्चन करना है. सस्पेक्ट्स इससे क्वेश्चन हो चुका है. ओके जॉर्जी काला ऐसे करनी है, एडवर्ड काला ऐसे करनी है. लेट्स गो इनसाइड. आई गेस ये बाहर को नहीं होंगे मेरे ख्याल से. ना इधर क्या है? ओके द एंट्रेंस.
I just need to do a quick routine check if you want to get through.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Pay attention to the key description. Find about it. भाई ये तो है ही नहीं. लॉक पिक भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है भाई. चाय कैसे अंदर?
Gentleman, he thinks he has
I think बाहर से जाना होगा.
Mary is so upset. And she's never seen a dead body before.
Life can be tough sometimes.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him to snoop around? Oh, I feel weak in my knees from all the tension here.
We'll all need a vacation when this is over.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral stuff just now. I know I have to, but Amy thinks she might be pregnant. I'm going to be a dad.
Amy is a great lass. You love her, she loves you, and now a wee one on the way. I'd say you're one lucky bastard.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning.
So Patrick basically
He said he
such guy.
needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
तो I think इससे क्वेश्चन हो चुके हैं.
So 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
Fake funeral tomorrow. Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere. I never thought of it that way. Oh, God. It's such a big responsibility having a baby. I have to protect it, right? How do you even do that? I can't do that.
You had an important call you'd need to take. I remember how the officers were stunned by your strength and focus, I'm sure. And I have always strived for that sort of control in difficult situations. I'll never understand how you do it. Yes, I lost a father that day, but I gained a role model of such high standards that it has impacted every facet of my existence ever since. No, she'll say it's all about me.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all,
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
सभी क्वेश्चन हो चुके हैं. Okay. So he's staying in the local inn, and that he and the Georgie were having drinks there after the time. He ensured that Zachary could have killed himself and suggest you to Rebecca. Okay. Never finds that both the legs are fake. And Zachary. Appearance aside, unsettling, but has nothing else to add. Okay.
No, she'll say it's all about me. She hates that.
Phil, did you find out that the vote was notarized? But how the hell did that happen? No, we all signed it. I gave it to him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day. Go to their office and ask her to sell it. Best they've got. Tell her you want to see the record. Don't take no for an answer. And call me as soon as you've got them. Thanks, Phil. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45.
So Edward and Gregory ने तो भाई नहीं करा.
I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's
Both
discomfort.
drinks ले रहे थे.
I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my
Butler हो
laptop in
सकता
my
है यार.
room
Butler 100% हो
and
सकता है.
went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there any...
Yeah, the youngest child of the Alexa Carlyle, Rebecca, is suspect in the murder of the Zachary. Rebecca says the Patrick disappeared after dinner last night and may be in some sort of trouble. Edward and Gorgie went to the local pub after having drinks at the mansion. Emma acted strange, but Rebecca does not know how she spent the evening. Rebecca herself claims to have been in a conference call from her laptop in the bedroom at the time of the Zachary's death. Rebecca adds that the Zachary was more talkative than the usual and was inquiring into her connections in the in the publicizing business on behalf of the friend. Lastly, Rebecca says she found Mr. Finsbury leaving Zachary's room in this afternoon. Okay, भाई ये भी क्वेश्चन हो गई है. मेरे को अब क्वेश्चन करना है. ये क्वेश्चन हो चुका है यार. ये भी हो चुकी है. Okay, Rebecca and
Anything else you want to ask me?
person recently belonging to the media branch at the Kala is holding. Oh, they show a number of unauthorized movements of funds and privileges. क्या बात है? ये सब मिले हुए हैं इसके खून के अंदर.
Greetings, sir.
भाई मेरे को क्रोबार चाहिए यार. मैं उसके रूम में एंटर नहीं कर सकता बिना क्रोबार के. इधर है क्या क्रोबार? नहीं है. देखना बंद कर भाई. आई थिंक सेव कर लेनी चाहिए गेम एक बार.
How tall are you? You could be a Let's pick this up later.
आई थिंक मैंने शायद पीछे देखा था क्रोबार.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Poor thing.
Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, all too much.
Don't worry, I'm sure everything will settle down soon.
Do I know you? I don't know you. What's this guy's problem? Christ's sakes. I'm talking to you, sir.
मेरे को लग ही रहा था ये होगा कांड. अभी सेव करना बहुत जरूरी है.
Hello, sir.
A safe in Madame Carlyle's office. I bet that's where she keeps the file on Arthur Edwards.
Mary is so upset. She's never seen a dead body before.
Life can be tough sometimes.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else? Ask him to snoop around. I feel weak in my knees from all the tension. Excuse me?
Please stand back. I'll check it out.
Okay. Okay, just do your thing.
Hey, come out if anyone's there.
Do I know you? Jackass!
Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, all too much.
We'll all need a vacation when this is over.
चाबी तो मिल गई है। ये चाबी देखने कहाँ की है? गोबर भी उठा लेते हैं यार।
All the groceries around.
यहाँ तो छुपने का भी वो नहीं है यार।
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
Painkillers. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
यार ये तो बड़ी जबरदस्त चीज है भाई। ये ड्रॉप करते हैं, इलीगल चीजें ड्रॉप कर देते हैं। गेम करते हैं सेव एक बार यहाँ पे।
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral stuff just now.
That American lawyer in the small office, did you check his travel documents?
I vetted him thoroughly. He's good.
There are others. Yeah, I have to question others.
Yeah, I should let you go.
Yeah, same.
I'll wait till everybody.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room.
Who am I kidding? He's probably not looking at
Right, let's get started. I want to keep this short. I know you have a lot of questions. Some I will answer now. The rest will have to wait. First, Zachary's sudden death is a great tragedy, but also a great inconvenience, as it happened just now. I'm dealing with the situation in a discreet and efficient way, and I expect your cooperation in all related matters. Second, the arranged funeral will take place as planned. No one can know that I am still alive. I expect you all to act your part. Last, as you all know, I have a lot on my plate and need to focus on sorting everything out, so please do not disturb me. You are all...
How are you today, sir?
Aaron Ford Jr.
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
क्या मेरे को किन से क्वेश्चन करना है हमने? Let me check once again. Suspects. इससे करना है, इससे एमा से करना है. We can question Mr. as well. Man, it's hard to find out these people.
I am ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
सेव कर लेते हैं एक बार गेम को हम यहाँ पर.
How are you? Greetings, sir. Hello, sir.
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Looking good, looking good.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please, go ahead.
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I'm sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the Constant. But that must mean you're... I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it.
Sir.
The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
No need to panic.
The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Just keep calm.
I can't forget his eyes. They were so swollen, it didn't even look like that.
Finally did it. बहुत सही मिशन था यार ये. Locate the exit. बस अब हमें locate करना है exit और ये मिशन खत्म होने वाला है.
How are you today, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm damn good now. यहीं से जाते हैं. क्या दिक्कत है? जल्दी पहुंचेंगे जल्दी.
Everything. Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one. And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary's murdered. Why else ask him to take her out?
यस, क्या बात है यार, कैसा मिशन था यार, अमेजिंग मिशन था, अमेजिंग, मजा आ गया करके गाइस, मजा आ गया लिटरली करके इस मिशन को। और अगर आपको एक और नया मिशन देखना है नेक्स्ट एपिसोड के अंदर, डेफिनेटली हम पार्ट 3 भी खेलेंगे। तो दैट्स इट फॉर पार्ट 2, ये मिशन कंप्लीट होता है और अभी देखते हैं इसके आगे क्या होता है। ठीक है, हम जस्ट खाली थ्योरी देखेंगे, नेक्स्ट मिशन कंटिन्यू नहीं करेंगे। कटसीन, ओह कटसीन आ गई। यू ओ हिम नथिंग। ये क्या हो गया?
47. Don't respond, just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
ओ फक, ओ भाई ये तो प्रोविडेंस आ गई। ओ
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah?
How about now? Over here! Cover me! Walk away! Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't.
Tell the Constant to start running!
भाई ये क्या हो गया?
You think you've won?
Shit, man.
47 is out there. And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I look forward to your call.
भाई पूरी गेम पावर के ऊपर बनी हुई है, जिसके पास ज्यादा पावर है वो गेम खेल जाता है, बट हमारा प्लेयर अलग ही गेम खेलता है।
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.
सो गाइस, नेक्स्ट मिशन हम पार्ट 3 के अंदर दिखाएंगे। सो फॉर नाउ टेक केयर एवरीवन, मेक श्योर सारे जने सब्सक्राइब करें चैनल को, एंड प्लीज़ लाइक करना ज़रूर वीडियो को यार, अगर अच्छी लगी है तो। और कमेंट सेक्शन में मेरे को ज़रूर बताना आपको कमेंट्री कैसी लगी बीच में, और कितना अच्छा लगा आपको पार्ट्स, मेरा बोलना भी आपको अच्छा लगेगा नहीं अच्छा लगेगा, सब कुछ बताना गाइस। सो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो के अंदर, टिल देन पीस आउट।